intro.
Thank you for paying. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Don't fuss and fight. Let us unite. We got our lives and let's me.
Because why? It's a beautiful
day.
It's a what day?
It's a beautiful day. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. And if it's not beautiful, it's decided. I know a lady.
We're gonna make it beautiful.
There was a lady who, years ago, I met her. I used to work with her, and I'd ask her, "Hi, you good?" And sometimes she'd say, "Decidedly." And I picked that. That was an ism that I picked up from her. Like, some days
you decide to be. That's right. That's right. Well, we're going to decide to be. So we're going to rise and shine, sunrisers, because we have decided that no matter what, no matter the circumstance, it is a beautiful and thankful Thursday here in Sunrise. Just one more day until the weekend. We almost made it. Almost. I love our Sunriser community.
I do.
It's a beautiful community.
And the thing is that it's so textured, because some of the times I go places and you feel the community differently, you know. I mean, I've worked in radio for 20 odd years.
Right.
So like sometimes I'm out and then I'm talking on the phone and somebody will,
Dennis Brooks.
you understand?
Yeah.
So I call it, you lose vocal anonymity.
Right.
But then if you do TV, you lose facial anonymity right
and
away.
Vocal.
Yeah. But so like you lose that long time. I mean, every now I've done bits and pieces of TV consistently over the years, but like after about a couple of weeks doing this, like you're somebody, oh, CVM man. But then sometimes you feel the Sunrise community, just like you're in the supermarket and somebody says, and you're like, Tikimus Maximus Meridius is here, and she is here missing her Woolmer's tie, but she's in maroon and white just the same.
I get quite a geese for life.
Hey, I'm teaching you guys well, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. First up, brothers killed in Westmoreland. 3 brothers were ambushed at their home in Bath, Westmoreland, Tuesday night, leaving 2 dead and the other injured. It's reported that shortly after 10 p.m., the brothers were at home when armed men breached a window and opened fire.
All right. That is one that when I saw it yesterday morning, I was like, wow. It is another one of those difficult situations, because you see violence visited upon a family, and our family is looking at struggling to save 1 brother and 2 are gone. They're now preparing a funeral, and I don't care. I mean, we often say, "Oh, they could have been mixed up in her." We've become so sensitized to the violence that somebody say, "You hear what happened to so and so brother? 2 of them dead." And the first thing is, I wonder what them do. Because that presupposes that they could have done something, or they could have been involved in something that would merit this.
I feel like it's also a defense mechanism, because it happens so often. It's like, I'm sure they were mixed up in something. That wouldn't happen to me, or that wouldn't happen to our family, man. This must mix up, because to think of it as random and it could happen to any one of us is so scary.
June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and Father's Day falls in June. Now, I know that you are scuffling and trying to get your Father's Day gift, so I just wanted to come to you this morning on foreign exchange from a department store, just to point out to you some of the do's and don'ts when you shop for your Father's Day gift in 2024. Obviously, I don't need to go very far to start our list of don'ts. Now, whether your father is a pastor, a preacher, evangelist, a deacon, or if him work in an office, or if him have multiple formal occasions, this is still grossly overrated. In 2024, on behalf of all the fathers in Jamaica, please and thank you, no ties. Unless we did ask your feet. I'm almost sure we can bet my bottom dollar, so there is no father in Jamaica who is asking you for ties. Unless we're working on a construction site, we won't expect that we had with so much socks. You get with socks last year, the year before last, the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that. We don't want no more socks. In 2024, mark off socks after your Father's Day gift list. We are not Squidward. We are not octopus. We wanna expect we're supposed to put on so much socks when we work on construction site? No. So talk it true to God, love. As a wife and a mother of the man children, you feel okay to walk into a store and pick up one 3-in-1 condition, shampoo and body wash. Jeez and peace, have a conscience, man. For this Father's Day in 2024, we don't want a 3-in-1. If you have it on your list, take it off, please and thank.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family. What's your story? What's your sign? We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive.
I've always felt strongly about that. Like I said to myself, when I become a father, I am going to push back on this narrative that has been dominant in my time growing up.
Yeah.
Like back in the 80s and 90s, especially in the 90s, it was always hate on dads.
Definitely.
Every Father's Day was National Hate on Dads Day.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I never had my father because my father died.
Yeah.
So I just hated Father's Day. So, I mean, now I have an opportunity to love Father's Day. I have an opportunity to, try to, in my own way, push back on that. So I'm glad to have you standing up.
Very much so. But gentlemen, Orion and Dennis, what are some of the things that you enjoy most about being a father? And the second part, did you always wish to being a father? Was that always a dream? Say, when I get big, I want to be a father.
No. Well, to be honest, for me, coming up, when I would have had the initial, motive to say, hey, by a certain age, you want to make sure, say, you have your youth and all these things. But me becoming a father has pretty much been one of the best things in terms of shifting my focus in terms of, goals and objectives and things that you want to achieve. And one of these things, of course, would have been, how you go about dealing with your finances. You can't be careless certain ways in how you go about dealing with certain things, business-wise, family-wise, because you have to put them at the forefront.
Definitely.
So
what's one thing you love about being a father? You dream about being a father, what you love about being a father? Taking the money out of the conversation. What do you love about being a dad?
But that's the thing, it ties back into it, is being able to ensure that my daughter is good and always will be good.
Nice.
Making sure that I'm providing for her the way that I want, the way that I've always envisioned for it to happen.
Nice. Dennis?
Geez, you don't want to start me up. But I mean, one of the things that I love the most is just the way how my son reflects back on me. And like some of the times I hear myself in him and I realize that, I'm creating someone. I'm producing an adult for the future, and I want to produce a young man who is going to make a huge difference.
First of all, it's required by law.
Yes.
So regulatory, you are required to have car insurance or motor insurance. The bare minimum would be third-party insurance. So that is you covering others. But we also have policies that can cover for fire and theft. and that can also extend to cover for damage to your vehicle.
You mentioned the ones that I think we hear about all the time. We've become very familiar with, comprehensive or third party, but I've always seen you guys in the space talking about, you have very specialized packages for people who may not have the ability to fork out a chunk at one go. Walk us through some of those.
For sure.
offers.
So the third party policy is one that we zoom in on simply because it's so affordable. We've made it so affordable for our customers. They can pay as little as $50 per day. As little as $50 per day. So essentially it covers you for the bare minimum, yes, but a little above that in terms of you being protected for others.
Is that what you guys call smalls?
That's what we call our smalls product, yes.
Yes, sir. Of course, CVMTV is the official broadcasters, our broadcast rights holders for Copa America 2024 in Jamaica. And what this means is that we'll bring the action directly to our viewers via both our CVM and CVM Plus channels. Last night's activities was great. I mean, we officially launched it last night at the Usain Bolt Tracks and Records, and of course, during the event we announced some special upcoming features such as our Copa Fan Central location, the watch locations across the island, where fans of the Reggae Boys and so on will be able to come out and watch in an atmosphere that is electrifying and entertaining.
Oh, wait a minute though. Across the island, I love that. That's a bit of a build-up from the last time we did this because it was one location. So tell us about that.
So this will be multiple locations in Kingston, Mandeville, Clarendon, Montego Bay, all of those spots. So even if you're way out on the next side of the island, you'll still be able to join in on all the festivities that we'll be having.
Very nice.
Nice.
One of the other things that was also announced is our special post and pre-game and post-game shows dubbed the Copa Fan Central Live, and that will be hosted by well-known sports broadcasters George Davis, Orville Higgins, and they will also be joined by former reggae girl Sharona Forrester.
Wicked! I love that. I love when Sharona is on a panel. I really like what she brings to a panel.
What are some of the features of our coverage that is going to make it special?
So
in terms of watching with CVM.
Well, watching with CVM, a lot of what we'll be doing this time is around the fanfare and giving people opportunities to engage with us. So it's not just about watching. You'll be able to win prizes, especially throughout the entire match weeks. We'll be giving away opportunities for viewers, people who are watching even on locations to win key prizes from our sponsors. And it will just be one great atmosphere in general.
Well, unfortunately, GFF has asked us to have a meeting, which I did, and explained our concerns to the GFF and the long-term reparations of the damage. At that time, we did not commit to Leon or Whisper or any Phoenix rejoining the national team because we felt that we should take a stand, but more importantly, that Leon is taking a break. Leon hasn't had a break since 2016, and he's taking a break to spend time with family. So we explained to them that he's not ready, but we will speak to him, and they're not to make any attempts to include him in the squad until I got confirmation or a communication from Leon, who's in Miami now at Disney World with his family. Unfortunately, they went there.
So, Sir Butler, so how could, with that clear communication from one side, there be some misconstruing of that to end up being an inclusion of his name in the published list when quite the opposite seemed to have been agreed? What might have caused that?
Well, this is the challenges that we have. We have consistently said that the GFF needs to become more professional. And this is not about Leon. Leon really is taking a stand for what he believes is the right thing for the future of Jamaica's football in order to try and get the administration to change and to become more professional. Going ahead.
Wagwan. We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man. We have to take out the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me I do the work. Yeah. And the people them accept it.
Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Actually, we have the panel. The panel door good for outside. The board door good for inside.
Right.
So yeah, swing a door like outside. It best for use a panel door.
Okay.
So.
But Glenville, before we even go there, like you notice, well, when rain fall, sometimes the door hard to open.
Yeah,
it swell. You know, or depending on the type of door, or the door jams. Tell us why that is so, and what is the impact that it has on the door or the door jam.
Actually, some carpenter swing the door too close. That means to say, by time if you swing. Book on the jam.
Okay.
You understand?
As in that when rainy time.
Yeah.
But the idea that the wood will swell with water is a real thing. So when you're installing the door, you have to give a little bit of play and space.
That's the reason why we mostly use panel door, panel outside. Yeah. Because panel door no swell like how wooden door does.
So ideally, wooden doors inside, panel doors outside. All right, so let's talk about the panel door that we're putting outside now. Tell us about how we're going to install these.
All right. Actually, we are swing, put on the inches. We put on the inches and swing it.
All right. Show us how to do that.
All right. So hold on. We have different sizes. We have them long one here. You go ahead and do it. I love them carpenter pencil there.
And you just catch it so. Yeah. True. Yeah.
Catch it. Yeah.
So we're using the short screws because the door jams.
The door jams are inch and a half. Okay. So we most like use inch and quarter to swing the door.
So the Development Bank of Jamaica, firstly, it's a government institution, an agency of the government, and the primary focus is to facilitate, support economic activity. So we do that through a number of different things. We give loans through financial institutions, which could be commercial banks, credit unions, investment banks, microfinance institutions. So we have a wide network of financial institutions that you can go to and ask for DBJ funding and get it.
Okay.
We also provide what we call a guarantee fund. So, you know, typically if you want to get a loan, you need to provide some collateral, whether it's house, land, car, cash. Many businesses don't have access to that. So we will step in as a guarantor and say we will put up some money for you on your behalf so you can get access to that. So that's our credit enhancement facility. We provide grants and technical support. So from time to time we'll put out calls for people to get access to funding that they don't have to pay back, but it's to encourage more activity to happen.
You know, I mean, in a capitalist economy, we always hear that government is not supposed to be an inhibitor. You don't want to take up space and block the growth of business. It's supposed to be a catalyst. In this regard, in terms of what you described, it sounds like the DBJ is really trying to be that catalyst for economic growth and to see opportunities and say, hey, businesses can move in this direction. Are people awake to the things that the services that DBJ provides? Do you think?
Some businesses are, but again, there's always more you can do to spread that word. Our primary thing is to try and get private sector development to happen. So you'll hear me talk about us partnering with a lot of institutions who are private sector institutions to try and get our funding out, or our services, training, technical support out to
businesses.
So first up we have Mr. Grant. He is our bearer here at CVM.
Yes.
Watch Mr. Grant. Hey! All right.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grant, tell us about the outfit that he's wearing today. Mr. Grant, look sharp, man, shaved smooth. He has one of those signature bow ties that I associate with Royal Carriage. Mr. Grant, you're looking spiffy, sir. All right, so up next we have Danny, our props man. He always keeps us moving. Sometimes you wonder how we move through the segment so quickly. Watch. Hey, Danny. You're body up.
Yes, Danny, put it.
Yeah,
yes,
put
I
it,
love
yeah.
This. So here's Danny in another, as I would classify it as a suit separate. So he has a white tailored blazer. He has a nice accent button-down shirt on the inside and a navy pants. And of course, this outfit is a classic look for Father's Day. And the last
all right. So we have now Carlisle Russell.
Yes.
And of course, he's not on the cycle this morning. He's not swimming this morning.
Carlisle is looking
General, watch him, man.
No, Carlisle is the what we call the consurgent. This man is the man on the go. This is the 2024 Vogue GQ model.
I love the look.
Carlisle has a lovely fedora. He's layering with a nice.
He's more confident than me because I'm very afraid. I'm very afraid for where the hat. The hat thing is. I'm afraid of it.
Wow, they've been painting up a storm. They've been getting ready for the Uncle Andy's summer art extravaganza. Right. So it's a little summer program where it starts July the 1st to the 18th. And so far, a lot of people have been registering, which is a good thing.
Good.
So the space is getting limited, but that's what they've been up to. So we're just working on some of the stuff that we'll have there.
When we talk about summer camp, often parents think about just, getting the kids out of the house and having them do something. But I love summer camps like these because there is value to an art camp. Tell us about some of the important skills that the kids will acquire.
All right, for sure. Well, we'll be learning a lot of techniques. We'll be learning a lot of techniques, like, for instance, printing, etching. We'll be doing clay work, beading.
Nice.
Right, and a whole heap of painting, for sure, as you can see.
And color.
And also, what it does for the mind of the youngster to, express themselves, get their thoughts out on canvas or out in clay. Tell us about the importance of even what it does for them mentally and emotionally.
All right, well, for me, I know this. I've been watching this with the kids. And not just my boys, but all the kids that I teach.
Your kids that you teach, because you are a teacher,
Right, at Reach Academy and Vals Prep, right? Yeah. So I watch them and I realize that, when they work, please calm down. When they work, it's like they do a lot of, they express themselves, they get lost. The emotion, all of that, it comes out and they're wonderful in expressing themselves.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I'm Celine Gordon, host of Holy Road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy John Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM See It Happen.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back to the Roundtable. This morning we're talking about the gelding stigma, supporting men's reproductive choices. And it's time for final thoughts. You know how I feel about the final thoughts business, but we're going to power through it. I'm going to ask each of you gentlemen to just talk a little bit to a man who is watching right now, who does not have a child, who feels the pressure, who's being called a gelding and he feel bad about it. Give him some words of encouragement. Go, Dr. Alexis, you first.
I think that, you know, for men, we really have to have a more progressive outlook. I mean, as Jamaica changes and we develop in so many different ways, our discussions around reproductive health for both men and women, including paternity care, time off for men to be, you know, good fathers or to develop fathering skills, understanding that there are different scenarios in which we find ourselves. You may be in love with a woman who is too old, has passed her reproductive stage in her life, and wondering, should I leave who I love for somebody because society says I should have a child? Is it okay to be a father to your brother's children or somebody else that needs love and is not receiving it where they are?
Right.
So I think it's time for us to elevate our conversations to being more supportive as a society, looking out for one another, genuinely being our brother's keeper, and you know, really more encouragement than pulling down people who have made choices that maybe we don't share, but at the same time require our understanding and support. And I think if we start there, we can develop the different conversations for all the different scenarios that exist.
Awesome.
The jeering is not needed.
Yes.
You know, the jeering is not needed. So, as the driver of the gelding truck, I will decide when I jump off the truck, right? So I think everyone has that responsibility to decide when they do have a child, right? And when you do, you make sure that you're a good dad and a good father, a good husband and everything, right? The baby is going to be a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights, and a whole lot of responsibility, basically. So be sure that you're ready for that before, you know, you go to a party and activities happen. That's what I think.
Well, what I will say is, listen, parenthood should be a choice, not a consequence. So make good choices and be careful with your choices because they have consequences. And I just want to say big ups to every single father on Father's Day that is coming on a Sunday. And Dr. Alex is giving me a signal. Yes, sir.
Real quick shout out to my daughter Isabel, who is sick at home, and her sister Emma. Love you, and I promised I'd say hi, so this is their hi.
That's a good daddy moment.
That's a good daddy.
We leave it there. Thank you so much. That is a wrap for the Thursday edition of the Roundtable. Special thanks to Dr. Alexis with his father duties for joining us this morning. Thank you to the gelding captain for joining us as well. Enjoy the rest of your days, and as you go forward in the world, remember to be good and be on purpose. Take care. Walk good.
Don't ever wanna act too high on my